Welcome back, judges. So as you are judging, the most important tool that you can use is the ballot. That's where you're going to put your feedback, your results, how our tournament can calculate our results afterwards, and also this is something that we're going to give to the students so that they can improve their skills in the future. So how do you get your ballot? So when you arrive at a tournament, you will get another judge training, and when it's time to start the rounds, about 10 to 15 minutes before, you're going to get a copy of your ballot. And if you're not assigned a round, then you should wait for a little while to make sure that we have all of the ballots assigned and all of the judges showed up. And so you're on standby for a couple of minutes. And then you're released. If you don't have a ballot, you can take the round off and just do work for a little while. If you do have a ballot, please go and actually complete the round and your feedback and all of that. So what does a ballot look like? For young speakers tournaments, our ballots are hard copy pieces of paper that you receive when you get assigned to your round. And so I'm going to walk through your ballot today and just show you what that looks like so you can feel ready to judge to your best ability at the tournament. So first at the top, we can see the different types of events. And so looking at across the top, we have original story, advocacy, recital, 3-point speech, and pitch. In a later video, I'll talk about the differences between these things, but these are the different types of events. And this is a speech ballot that we're looking at right now. Next, we have your judge name, that's you, your round, your room number, so if this is first round in room 302, you put that there, the speaker name, and sometimes they'll be in pairs, in which case you would add another name if applicable. The most important piece here is the overall ranking. So there are no ties for the ranking. The ranking is who was the best in the round and then progressing from there. So first is best. Fifth will be last place. Overall points is going to be considered based on your points in the rubric below. That's where you're going to be able to put down the points for each of the different rubric categories. But you still have the ranking. So you have ranking and you have rating. Now that's the first thing you have to complete for each student. So you complete one ballot per student. And as soon as possible when the round is done, please fill out your ranking and your rating and submit that to the tournament. Now let's scroll down. So this second half of the ballot, we have the names again because we will take apart the ranking part and use that to calculate, and the bottom part is going to go to the students. So you have the ranking, again, no ties. Overall points will be out of 30, and those can have ties. And our rating is based on the following rubric. So emerging is 2 points, and that's someone who's getting started. You can see that they've put in a lot of effort, but they're clearly at the start of their journey. It's okay if this is going to be a little bit subjective, so trust your gut. Developing is 3 points. That's something where you see some real potential in some spots, so some shining moments, but there's a little bit of inconsistency. Number 4 is meets. That's just someone who's really solid in this particular area. And finally, 5 points is for exceeds. That's someone who's really impressive, really memorable in this particular rubric area. So we have a couple of different areas of the rubric. The first 3 are related to content. The next 2 are related to delivery. And then the last is for overall. The first 3 are about content, as I mentioned. So the first is the speaker was prepared and able to perform without stumbling. So they didn't need to rely on their notes that much. The flow was pretty smooth, etc. The second area is that they communicated a compelling topic and message. So the topic itself was really interesting or really unique. The next area is that the structure, the outline, and the flow of the speech was pretty clear. So maybe they had good transitions, or it was easy to follow the content overall. The next 2 are about delivery. The first one is about their voice. The second is about their body. So how did they use their voice? Emphasis, variation in tone, delivery overall with their voice. The second part is their body, their hand gestures, their movement, how they use the stage if they did so. And then finally, this is that subjective piece. The overall performance was memorable and held my attention. And you total up the points in the gray box here, and you put that total up here with overall points. The final two boxes at the bottom are just places to put a couple of bullet pointed items here for feedback. I like to aim for 2 to 3 bullet points per area. So the first is notable elements. This is what they did really well, areas of strength. And then the other areas are areas to focus on next, areas of growth. Again, 2 to 3 bullets. The more specific, the better. A lot of students get kind of mad if they get lower number of points and then they see nothing to work on next, or it said good job and then they took last in the round. So the more specific you can be, even if it feels like you're being too critical, they really like that. It really helps them. But we also don't want to squash their spirit. We want to be able to lift them up and show them what they did well. And so that's really important to put in both boxes. When you're in the round itself, please make sure that you also time the speeches so that students don't go way over time and we can keep the tournament running on time. And when you are finished with your round, you will get 5 to 10 minutes or so to go and turn in your ballot. If you need more time to fill out your comments, please rip off the top of the ballot and then turn that in first so we can keep the tournament running. And then you have until the end of the day to fill out your comments. Thank you, everybody. That's what a ballot looks like.